Program meltdown, the manual count, and tonight, a full day later, the first results now coming in, showing Mayor Pete Buttigieg with a slight lead. Then Bernie Sanders, followed by Elizabeth Warren and Joe Biden. We're live tonight. President Trump set to address the nation a short time from now, the State of the Union address. It comes just one day before his expected acquittal in his Senate impeachment trial. The other news tonight, the winter storm, heavy snow, damaging winds from the south all the way up into the northeast. Ginger Z times it out. We have breaking news tonight on the coronavirus. Hundreds of Americans and the emergency evacuations underway right now. And a child already under quarantine here in the U.S. on a military base, now rushed to the hospital. The deadly hit and run, 6 high school runners struck by a driver in a pickup. A second student has now died, and what we're learning about the driver. The desperate search for a missing 11-year-old boy, ABC News obtaining home surveillance. Could this be the last time he was seen, leaving the house with his stepmother? And does that match what she told authorities before? The tense confrontation, a meeting about racism in our schools. A Latino father describing his son after being bullied. A white father interrupting, asking, then why didn't you stay in Mexico?
And why did you stay in Mexico?
The well-known surgeon and his girlfriend accused of drugging and sexually assaulting women and recording it all. Tonight, the new turn in the case and the press to drop charges. And actress Shannon Doherty revealing her battle with stage 4 breast cancer, what she told our Amy Robach.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir, reporting tonight from Washington.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Tuesday night. And we are here in Washington tonight. President Trump delivering his State of the Union address just a short time from now. But much of this day was spent focused on the chaos in Iowa, a catastrophic failure, a new computer app crashing, the manual count that followed, and now a full day later, the first results just in tonight. They are partial results, but they do show what looks to be a big night for Mayor Pete Buttigieg. He and Bernie Sanders fighting for the top spot. Take a look tonight with 62% of the precincts reporting Pete Buttigieg 27%, Bernie Sanders at 25%, Elizabeth Warren 18%, Joe Biden 15%, and Amy Klobuchar at 13%. The candidates all moving on to New Hampshire overnight without any results, but a short time ago, supporters in Laconia, New Hampshire, chanting President Pete when they learned of his standing. Bernie Sanders showing his frustration today over the Iowa meltdown, and late today, the Iowa Democratic Party chairman forced to explain how this could happen, promising full and accurate results, saying the numbers were not compromised, but it was that computer app. ABC's Whit Johnson traveling with the candidates, and he leads us off tonight from New Hampshire.
Even with Iowa in chaos, former South Bend Mayor Pete Buttigieg arrived in New Hampshire determined to take a victory lap.
We are arriving with the momentum in the 2020 presidential campaign right now, and we had a victorious night in Iowa that shocked opponents.
He was banking on an Iowa bounce.
Just in case you haven't been glued to your phone the last few minutes, official, verified caucus results are coming in from the state of Iowa. They're not complete, but results are in from a majority of precincts, and they show our campaign in first place.
The preliminary results put Buttigieg neck and neck with Bernie Sanders, who is also anticipating his own success in Iowa. Today, the senator's frustration was palpable.
We should all be disappointed. There's no excuse for not having results last night.
Elizabeth Warren declaring partial results from the Iowa Democratic Party is just not good enough.
I think they ought to get it together and release all of the data.
So they should wait till they have it all.
But former Vice President Joe Biden perhaps looking to put Iowa behind him, saying there's no rush.
Let's give them time. We don't know precisely how many delegates we have or how many we'll get, but I feel really good about getting more than our fair share.
Tonight, the Iowa Democratic Party is under fire for the debacle, which the chairman blamed on a coding error in the caucus app.
As chair of the party, I apologize deeply.
But the turmoil seeming to give at least one of the candidates a new lease on life.
What an amazing night we had last night. I'm someone that thrives in chaos. You want a steady hand in chaos, right?
The caucuses were supposed to sort out the field, winnow it down. And tonight, in a sea of frustrated Democrats, one man was smiling.
I hear something happened in Iowa, or didn't happen. I don't know which. Still can't figure that out.
Former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg skipped Iowa altogether. he's focusing on Super Tuesday. And today, the billionaire announced he's doubling the amount of money he's spending in this fight.
Perhaps a bit of a gift for Mayor Bloomberg. Whit Johnson live tonight from a Bernie Sanders rally in Milford, New Hampshire. And Whit, I know you heard the frustration from Senator Sanders today about this meltdown in Iowa. And if Mayor Pete holds on to this lead, that's quite a headline going into New Hampshire.
David, it sure is. Mayor Pete Buttigieg is trying to make the most out of this moment as well. He hit 8 events in New Hampshire today alone, but this is practically home turf for Bernie Sanders. He won big here 4 years ago. Elizabeth Warren, also from a neighboring state, she's hoping to make a stand in the New Hampshire primary 1 week from today. And this will be a big test for former Vice President Joe Biden, currently sitting in 4th place out of Iowa. David, that is not where he wanted to be.
All right, Whit Johnson leading us off tonight with thank you. And no surprise here, President Trump was watching all of this closely and tweeting right away about the chaos in Iowa, calling it an unmitigated disaster, just like they ran the country, the president said. Tonight, he will address the nation a short time from now with his State of the Union address. The president believes he has much to celebrate tonight, but saying today that he will be low-key 1 day before his expected acquittal in the Senate impeachment trial. Here's our chief White House correspondent, Jonathan Karl.
On the eve of his certain acquittal in the Senate, White House officials say President Trump won't talk much, if at all, about impeachment tonight. One Democratic senator says that's fine with him.
If he does some kind of a victory lap on impeachment, I don't think that helps anybody.
Democrats failed to get a single Republican in the House or the Senate to support impeachment or removal, although some condemned the president's actions.
It was wrong for President Trump to mention former Vice President Biden on that phone call, and it was wrong for him to ask a foreign country to investigate a political rival.
Speaker of the House Pelosi will be standing right behind the president, just as she was last year. The two leaders have not spoken since Speaker Pelosi stood up and walked out of a meeting at the White House in October.
So let's get to John Karl with us live tonight from the White House. And John, a lot of people are going to be watching for the president's tone tonight, given this is the eve of what looks like his acquittal in the Senate impeachment trial.
Indeed, David, and several of those Republicans who have come out and not support, who are going to not vote for removal, have been very critical of him. But Susan Collins, one of those who had been critical, said that she believes the president has learned a lesson from all of this, and she said, "I believe he'll be much more cautious in the future." But remember, the president has said all along that he did nothing wrong.
John Karl with us live tonight. And John, I know you'll be right here tonight. We hope all of you at home will stay with us, too, for the president's State of the Union address right here tonight and the Democratic response. I'll be here with George and the entire Powerhouse political team, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on ABC. But there is a lot of other news to get to on this Tuesday night. There is a major winter storm on the move right now. Next, it hits the south and then all the way up into the northeast. And look at this tonight, heavy snow and damaging winds in Amarillo, Texas. A treacherous day on the roads in so many places. In fact, tonight, alerts in more than a dozen states as we're on the air. So let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Ginger Zee. Ginger?
Snow already flying, David, in the plains. I want to take you to the map because Oklahoma City, Tulsa, all included in that 3 to 8 inch snow range. Tomorrow morning is going to be the worst of it. Then you look at the severe storms, damaging wind primary threat, New Orleans, Mobile included. And by Thursday morning, heavy rains from North Georgia through western North Carolina, damaging winds possible later that afternoon from Raleigh to Tampa. And along that warm front, David, snow, ice, and rain here in the Northeast.
Ginger Zee tonight. Ginger, thank you. There is a developing headline tonight in the coronavirus emergency. Hundreds of Americans on 2 separate planes now on their way home from China tonight. And this sobering number, cases in China now topping the 20,000 mark. U.S. Embassy staff in protective gear greeting some 400 people at the airport in Wuhan. Those 2 flights taking off from military bases in the U.S., where the evacuees will then be quarantined. And tonight, it all comes as a child already back in the U.S., part of the first group to be quarantined here, has now been rushed to the hospital. ABC's Will Carr is at Travis Air Force Base tonight, where it's believed this next round of evacuees are now headed.
Tonight, roughly 400 Americans who have been waiting for weeks are finally evacuating China's hot zone for the novel coronavirus. Daisy Roth and her young daughters, Abigail and Adeline, are on a flight back after getting stuck in Wuhan on a trip to see their family. In Wisconsin, Dad Samuel is anxiously waiting for his family to come home.
A great sigh of relief that they're on that plane, they'll land in the United States, and we'll be that much closer together.
2 flights are now headed first to California's Travis Air Force Base. Every passenger will then be placed in quarantine on one of 4 military bases in the United States.
So they did give us 2 hotel rooms here.
At March Air Force Base in Riverside, California, where 195 American evacuees from Wuhan are currently quarantined, a child just developed a fever. Authorities racing the child to a nearby hospital for testing. Globally, the coronavirus continues to spread rapidly, infecting 20,000 people, mostly in China. The death toll now stands at 425. Chinese state television documenting a record 10-day construction of 2 massive hospitals. Tonight, thousands of beds ready for patients as investors worry about the global economic impact.
And Will Carr is live tonight from Travis Air Force Base, where that flight is expected to land overnight. And Will, I understand those passengers will be tested again when they arrive?
They'll be tested right when they get off that plane, David. After that, authorities are being tight-lipped about what happens. We do know everyone will be quarantined for at least 2 weeks, and it comes as we just learned that 10 passengers on a quarantine cruise ship in Japan just tested positive tonight. David.
The widening crisis, Will Carr tonight. Will, thank you. And this evening, there is news now. A second student has died after a high school cross-country team was hit by a driver in a pickup truck. This evening, new details about how the other students jumped in to help one another and about the driver, who is now charged. ABC's Victor Akendo from Oklahoma.
Tonight, the driver of this red pickup truck is facing manslaughter charges after plowing into a group of students on a sidewalk.
They've got a car out there running over multiple children.
Just after school let out Monday in Moore, Oklahoma, police say 57-year-old Max Townsend barreled into 6 members of the high school cross-country team, killing 2.
We just looked over and we saw people laying in the street.
Senior Rachel Freeman, a rising star in the sport, pronounced dead on the scene. Her teammate, sophomore Yuridia Martinez, was pulled from this nearby pond and died from her injuries this morning.
Some other students actually jumped in the water to help.
There were several that jumped in the water. They started life-saving measures on her immediately.
They're doing a sobriety test on this driver right now.
Police say Townsend showed signs of impairment during his field sobriety test and are waiting on the results of a blood test. Authorities say he has a history of DUIs. Adding to the tragedy, this weekend in Moore, Townsend's own 28-year-old son was killed in this rollover wreck. The suspect is being held on $1 million bond. It will be a somber scene here at Moore High School tonight, where they're holding a vigil. 3 of those students are still in the hospital, 1 in critical condition. David?
Just an awful story. Victor Akendo. Victor, thank you. And next to race in America and a tense confrontation in a Michigan school, a Latino father was sharing a story about his son after being bullied when another father interrupts him asking, then why didn't you stay in Mexico? Other parents were horrified. And here's ABC's Steve Osunsami now.
That's right. Okay. You're right. There's a heated debate tonight among parents in the suburbs of Ann Arbor, Michigan over race and immigration, and it grew hotter after this meeting with school officials over what the school system says are racist comments posted on social media by classmates. Adrian Iraola is the father of 2 former students. He was speaking about racism directed at his children when the meeting went south.
When I went to his bedroom to say goodnight, and he was crying because of the abuse that he was enduring in this school system.
Then why did you stay in Mexico? The school district is predominantly white, and Tom Bertel, the parent who interrupted, was defending students who made the posts.
Try being white and walk in a black neighborhood, see what happens, you know? And like this incident where somebody made a little tweet. Okay, nobody was hurt in that. You know, nobody got hurt in that. It was done off campus.
This man is a father of a son who is on the receiving end of the racial slurs that got everyone here.
My son comes to school every day trying to get an education, but he has to deal with that BS.
Iraola came to this country 4 decades ago and now owns 3 Mexican restaurants. In a late statement tonight, the Saline Area School District calls the remarks made at their forum racist and says they're working to ensure an inclusive environment for all their students and families. David?
Steve Osunsami tonight. Steve, thank you. And to the economy tonight, the Dow surging 407 points today after China moved to shore up its economy as it deals with the coronavirus. And a new report today showing manufacturing strengthening here at home. There is still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Tuesday. New developments in the desperate search for a missing 11-year-old boy. He needs medication, and tonight ABC News obtaining home